as we hear St. Paul speaking or writing to the Colossians, how he is bound, or he knows his vocation, his calling is to be in constant prayer for them. And so in today, we hear of our brothers and sisters in Syria, and we are compelled to also remember them in prayer, as they are part of the body of Christ, and especially part of the body that is suffering greatly. And so St. Paul reminds that from the day we heard about you, we do not cease praying for you. So I think we have to take this advice of St. Paul to heart as we hear about our brothers and sisters in Syria. And when we say Syria, we should be thinking of the Holy Land. Even the capital of Syria is Damascus, where St. Paul got converted. And then we have, as the sister brought us, the hundreds of saints that Syria has produced, so that we feel a greater sense of attachment. Another aspect that I think that as we're praying for peace in Syria, is another piece is what the Holy Father is doing. Yes, it is a natural thing for the Holy Father, as being the Pope, as being the leader of over 1 billion Catholics in the world, to ask for prayers. It's a given. But what is not well understood or seen is the initiative that the Holy Father is taking, not just for prayer. Of course, we believe in prayer, but also initiatives for peace. He has already laid out a plan for all the nations to follow, for settlement, and the guarantees rights to all minorities, including Christians. He has a plan. And then he's not just only the Pope, he's also the head of states, the head of a state, that he can be on an equal basis with President Obama or Vladimir Putin. As a matter of fact, he already has sent a letter on Thursday to President Vladimir Putin, because he is the host of all the 20 G20 hosts. And so he is addressing them on an equal level. And then he is lamenting that the one-sided interest has prevailed in Syria, preventing a diplomatic end to the conflict and allowing the continuing senseless massacre of innocents. So to the leaders present, to each and every one, I make a heartfelt appeal to them to help find ways to overcome the conflicting positions and to lay aside the futile pursuit of a military solution. He's already signaling what direction, the only possible direction, is that he has already signaled to them. So he has convoked all those ambassadors to the Holy See, and 70 will be there for Saturday's prayer. So, I mean, what president can convoke 70 of their ambassadors to the so he is playing a very important and a role in calling them to account and to seek ways of peace. The head of the order of the Jesuit orders, Reverend Adolfo Nicolas, told the Catholic News Agency that military action by the U.S. and France would be an abuse of power. And we should get a little bit of a understanding what they mean by abuse of power. That's what we are encouraging Congress to do, abuse their power. And this is one of the quotes that he says, I cannot understand who gave the United States or France, because both of them are trying to do the same, the right to act against a country in a way that will certainly increase the suffering of the citizens of that country, who, by the way, have already suffered beyond measure. So you see, we need to have a critical mind and advocate for peace, and not just take whatever is being said in the news. We have to have a moral perspective, and I think and now with a great sense of prayer for peace, which is a gift from heaven. So let us then continue, and we're going to conclude the prayers of petitions with a prayer that you have there on your chairs.